What is up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Destiny if you are new here, and if you are a returning subscriber, as always, thank you so much for tuning into a video and always supporting your girl with her channel. So today we're just gonna do our makeup and get ready. I don't really have like a lot of plans for today. I'm pretty much just like taking it slow. I've recently purchased the Aura ring, and I'm kind of trying to allow my ring to lead me in a sense of bettering certain aspects of my life. So one thing I have noticed about the things I'm learning about myself with my ring is I don't allow myself time to kind of like reset, recharge, and just kind of like take things easy. I'm always pretty much on go, go, go. So I just decided I wanted to do my makeup today for no particular reason. I am going to get my nails done. I have an appointment at 4:30. I thought I could have gotten something done earlier this morning, but the guy that I want to go to, he's pretty much booked up until then. So yeah, let's just do our makeup and I guess chat for a little bit. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but earlier this morning I went ahead and set my brows with my Urban Decay Slick Day Brow Gel, and I have the color Translucent. Okay, so I can't exactly locate where my NYX brow pencil is, so I'm just gonna go in with my Benefit My Precisely brow pencil in the shade 4.5. So I'm just gonna kind of like line underneath my brows to kind of like see where I want to go from here. Again, I'm not going anywhere special, so I don't really have to do a lot. And I think I want to use this video to kind of help me figure out a simple routine where I'm not overly doing it. Like, I feel like that's very simple. I didn't really do a lot, so I think that's where I want to go with my brows. So I will say, like, when I was younger, it was a lot easier to kind of just go in and like do something so simple to where it didn't really look like I had on makeup, because at that time my skin was clear. I really didn't need a lot of makeup. I never was the type to wear makeup or wanted to wear makeup because I needed to wear makeup. I just like doing makeup. I thought it was fun. It was just something to do, and I realized I was good at it. So with what I was allowed to use, I only did like the bare minimum. So I feel like it was a lot easier then because, again, skin was clear, didn't really need much. But now that I am older and not a kid anymore and have a lot of dark spots, a lot of just scarring and stuff like that, discoloration, I do need a little bit more than what I would have needed when I was younger. So that's where I am trying to figure out the balance of doing a simple makeup but not doing too much. So next, let's do concealer. So this is where it's gonna get tricky, because for my brows, actually I need to pluck a little bit of the hairs under my brows, but I want to do something light, but I obviously, like I said, have spots that I need to cover, so I am gonna have a lot more coverage than normal, but I still want to keep it like simple and basic, but something that I wouldn't mind doing every day. And then I also want to work on like cutting down the time. So right now I'm just doing this because I'm doing this for the video, so it's probably going to be a lot longer than what I want to do, but I eventually want to kind of like practice off camera where I'm just kind of like doing the same routine over and over again till I get it down packed, and then I can come back and say, hey, like I have a 10-15 minute makeup routine. Here's what I do. Here's all of the things, and you know, I can record that video for you guys. But today is probably gonna be a little bit longer. We'll see. It might not be. Let's speak positivity. I think I can do this makeup video, which we're already like almost 9 minutes in this video if I'm correct. But I do plan to like have it to where my routine is cut down to like 15 minutes the most, and like be able to like just get in and get out. So let's kind of like touch on what's been going on, or like some things I kind of want to work on, and why I am choosing to kind of like focus on like my health, my mental health, and all that stuff. So mainly for me, I have been noticing like a drastic change within like my mind, my body, my soul, and I want to kind of break out of that, because I do feel like while some things can be like generational, it's some things I feel like you can like break as well. And I want to focus on just kind of like, first of all, I said I wanted to pluck my brow hairs and I didn't do it, but it's okay. And so this is one of the things that I am trying to work on. So for me, I do allow myself to kind of get overwhelmed with certain things when things just don't like go the way I expect it to go. And I will allow myself to kind of like fester and ponder within that space that I'm feeling, and I know it's not healthy. And so I can see it within myself, which means I feel like other people can see it within myself too. And so something I want to work on is like, if I just have no control over it, or if it's something that I just got to keep moving forward from, then I need to allow myself to just be over it in a sense, and like just move on. Like, don't fester on it, don't ponder on it, don't worry about what if, or I coulda, shoulda, woulda. Like, it's okay. It's okay. Take a second, breathe, let it go. I also was gonna go to the gym today, but I have decided to not go because I don't really have a particular reason, but I just wanted to give myself the day to like not have to do anything like super active. And I feel like that's okay. I don't have to beat myself up about it, because I do feel like I have gotten to a place where I am a lot more consistent in the gym than I have been in the past couple of years. So me not going today, that doesn't mean that I'm just never gonna go again. I struggled a lot in the beginning, like years and years ago, with being consistent in the gym, because I was not an active person at all. I did not play sports. I did try to dabble in sport. That did not work out for me. It's not for me. I'm not really big on being outside, but if I am going outside, I like to have control over how long I'm outside and when I want to remove myself from being outside and coming back in the house. And I feel like when you're playing sports and you're playing with like other people, like a team or something like that, I feel like you kind of have to go with what the team is doing. And I don't want to be that person that comes off like, oh my God, like here she goes, she about to start again. She don't want to be outside. She moody. She this, she that. So I just don't put myself in environments that I feel like will cause tension or conflict for no reason. So sports is just not for me. And I tried to run track, but I didn't know that track and cross country was like two completely different things. And I was doing cross country, which I've only did one time. And then the second time when we had like a practice, that shit was not, that was not for me. It was not for me. I literally text my mom and was like, come pick me up, say I have to go. I don't care what you come up with, pick me up. So I'm trying to let the, well, I think let me do the concealer, like clean it up really quick. So also, being that I didn't pluck my brow hairs really quickly, I do like to allow my concealer to kind of like sit a little bit, because it kind of dries down a little bit, and when I go in and kind of like clean up underneath my brows, it doesn't take away too much product. So it kind of just a little bit hides the fact that I need to clean up my brows. But yeah, so I asked my mom to like come pick me up from practice, because it just, I couldn't do it no more. And she came, and I remember, I don't remember exactly what was said, but my coach, which was my art teacher, he was trying to tell my mama like, oh, practice isn't over yet, like she has to wait, blah blah blah. And then my mom was just like, no, I'm picking my child up, we're leaving, let's go. And I literally ran around the field and ran right to my mama's car. I got in and I left, and I never showed up to another practice. Mind you, again, like I said, this is my art teacher, so it was kind of awkward. But he didn't really like push it. I think he kind of like picked up like, this ain't for you, so it is what it is. But I also do think he failed me in his class, because I quit cross country after the first, hold on, I'm missing a part. So me and my friend decided we wanted to join cross country. She was already initially a track runner, so for her, it wasn't as bad as it was for me, who had zero experience with running, period, sports, period. So for her, it wasn't as hard as it was for me. For me, so we signed up, and we kind of just got thrown in the mix because we joined late. And so I never got a chance to like really practice, I don't think. I just remember my first like cross country race, and I did not realize how long and how far and how much you had to pace yourself. I literally came in last place ish. Like, somebody running slower than me beat me, and then I was like, yeah, this ain't for me, and I'm okay with that. But then I decided, you know what, let's practice and maybe I'll get better at it. But while we were at practice and it was hot outside and it was just Mom, come pick me up. I don't want to do this no more. And I do genuinely feel like he failed me in his class because of that, because I literally had good grades up until that point. And then I didn't fail where like, oh, I flunked out and like I had an F or something, but he literally failed me, I think, because I quit on him. So next, let's, I guess, like do a little bit on my lid, which I like to just use my concealer as a base. But if there are any like good concealers out, I mean, not concealers, but like eye primers, let me know, or I'll look some up and then try them out and let you guys know how I feel about it. But for the most part, I always just use the concealer, drag it down, I let it get tacky a little bit, blend it out, and then that's just my base for my eyeshadow. So yeah, so I do though wish I could kind of like, which I can, but I wish I kind of had, not have, but I want to get back to like the mentality that I had in high school, because I do feel like that girl in high school was a little bit more fearless and kind of just like went with whatever I felt like was aligned with me. I never did anything I didn't want to do. I never put myself in places where I felt like it was a danger to myself if I could help it. And I pretty much was an all-around good kid growing up. I had like your typical issues like, oh, she likes to talk in class and stuff like that. But I literally can count on one hand how many times I went to ISS or I had out of school suspension, like literally one hand. So I wasn't bad, but I think I've always been pretty intelligent and a little ahead of my time for my age, which sometimes I do feel like can be like a hinder or a problem when you get a little bit older, because now that I'm here, I'm just like so like structured. I'm so structured. Why can't I say that word? I'm very structured and not stuck in my ways, but I do feel like it's ways that I can improve myself where I can open up and loosen up just a little bit. And so it's just little things like that that I want to work on for myself. And then I also want to get back on like the healthier journey that I used to be on, because growing up, my aunt was like a health freak. I feel like now that she's gotten older, she's a little bit more lenient on certain things. But growing up, she was a health freak. And I stayed with my aunt for a little bit, and I was around my aunt a lot though. So I picked up and kind of like adapted to like her habits. And I feel like once you grow up and like kind of move on your own and just become an adult, it's easier for you to kind of like fall into your own routine. And for me, I still have like somewhat of a structured routine, but I can improve on it a little bit more. So that's some other things I kind of want to work on as well. But let me blend out this concealer. I think it kind of like dried down a little bit or enough for me to like blend out. I'm gonna set it with some powder, and then we're just gonna kind of like keep going on with the flow. So I know this palette is discontinued by years, but I just genuinely love this DESI and KATY FRIENDCATION palette. And I'm only going to use like the natural colors out of it because, yeah, we're not really doing anything. So I kind of just, I'm going to keep it simple. But moving on to like a different subject, because I really, like some things I kind of just like want to keep to myself and like work on for myself. I don't really want to put too much out there on myself and then be beating myself up later about it. But let's talk about Arizona. So Arizona was a very fun trip. I feel like that was my second time going to Arizona. And I feel like every time that I have gone, like I have enjoyed it even more than the last time. And I really like Arizona a lot. This time I did want to do a lot more while I was there, but I do think that for while we were there, which was for my cousin's graduation, which she graduated law school, I think that was the focal point of the trip. So me wanting to do other things, like it's not that big of a deal. Like I wasn't like upset or mad, because if I wanted to, I could have like went off and did it, or went and did other things. But that wasn't the point of the trip. But overall, like we had a good time. I was able to like meet and be around like other people that I am in a book club with, and I ended up meeting one of the girls from the book club that I just joined with my family, and ended up realizing like she was actual family of my cousins. And so I'm like, you know what, you my cousin now. And we literally kind of like bonded, I think, off of the first initial time of us meeting. And literally when I go back in my pictures, I got like a lot of pictures with her. She was in my video, in my vlog. If you guys haven't seen it, which you should see before this video, I'm like, yeah, you my cousin. Like, if somebody asks, Oh, that's my cousin. But yeah, the trip was good. Was around like amazing people. There was no drama. Always have a good time. Ate some good food. Although I kind of missed out eating good the first night, but literally because of the time difference and then the time that I needed to leave for the airport to get to Arizona at the time I wanted to get there, because I did not want to do any like stops on my flight. I just wanted like straight direct flight. So I also wanted to get there when the day is getting started. I didn't want to miss a day, because I just feel like that kind of like messes up a trip. When you travel somewhere and you get there and the day is pretty much almost over, so it's like a whole day wasted. I didn't want to do that. So when I got there, basically everybody was up getting ready for the day, and like I got to have like my full day there in Arizona, but my body was operating off of like how my day started. So literally by the time we got to dinner, I was coming up on 24 hours of my body being up, and I just could not eat. Like I was cold. My body was just like breaking down. I couldn't do it. So I didn't get a chance to eat my food the first night. And it was kind of like disappointing, because when we got there, I was fine. But it was just like after we, like, I think it was the mood of the restaurant, which I'm not complaining about, but it was like very dark, very moody, candles lit. The air was like the perfect temperature for going to sleep. And like I got super comfortable and like my body was just shutting down. So I didn't get to enjoy the first night that we was there. Well, the first night of dinner. But all of the other food was like really good where we went. And I definitely wouldn't mind going back. I want my husband to go and kind of like experience it. The weather was really, really perfect. The first time I went to Arizona, when I got off the plane, it was like a complete culture shock, because got off the plane, walked outside, and I was like, whoa, this feels like a sauna. But the upside to it was, it wasn't like a lot of bugs, like at all, really. It was bugs, but like none that was like, that would aggravate you type of bugs. So that was nice. But yeah, this trip was pretty good. Definitely want to go back. So my cousin will still be there for a little while longer. So it'll give me and my husband a reason to kind of like go up there and visit Arizona. I'm gonna go in with my one size oil sucker. So I'm gonna kind of try not to move my face too much, because I need it to dry evenly as possible. So while that dries, what else can we talk about? Make sure you guys are following me on my Instagram, follow me on TikTok, and make sure you are subscribing to the channel, because I am, you know, trying to be more consistent. I know I said that the last time I posted a video, but life be lifing, and I mean, we really don't have control over how our life is gonna go. But I do plan to be a lot more active on here, just as much as I am on my TikTok, like I said the last time. And honestly, it's not that I haven't been filming content, because I have. I get in my head too much. That's something else I want to work on. And I let content like accumulate so much to I get so overwhelmed. I literally have content going all the way back to February. So it's not that I don't want to be consistent. It's just either I will film the content and then I don't get a chance to like edit it and post it. It's easier to like post like short form content because it's just quick, fast, in a hurry. But I feel like for YouTube, people want to see long form content. So I want to post something that's longer than 5-10 minutes, especially if I'm posting a vlog. Like, I don't want it to be super short because I don't know, like, I just feel like I have the ability to do more. So sometimes, like, if a day don't go the way I need it to go, or a weekend doesn't go the way I need it to go, I won't post it because I'm like, oh, that's not enough footage. Like, literally, it might only be 2 or 3 minutes of footage. That's nothing. So then I'm like, okay, well, the next weekend I'll get more footage. And then sometimes I might not even record that day because I'm not doing anything. And then so much time has passed that I forgot that I had all of that content. And so I do have content dating all the way back to February. I plan to do like a vlog, kind of like recapping what I've been up to over time leading up to the current day. So it'll just be like little clips from here and there, like dating all the way back to after Christmas, so to speak. So that's something I'm like planning to do in my mind. I just want to make sure like I get all my other content out the way first, because I do have content that makes sense and that can go together. So I will do that like maybe towards the end of the year, where it's like recapping my year of like stuff you haven't seen, like something like that. So I think I have let that sit enough. I'm gonna go in with my Milk makeup, my Hydro Grip gel tint, and this is in the shade 11. I need my mirror. If y'all could see what's in front of me, like, I'm surprised I'm even recording, because usually I can't. But again, I gotta stop overthinking this stuff and just go with it. Everything is not gonna be perfect. Everything is not gonna go the way I think it's gonna go. Like, I'm just gonna go with the flow and just push out this content. I want to always come off relatable to you guys. I always want to come off authentic, and I want to generate authentic audiences. So that's where I'm at with that. Let me find a brush, because I don't want to use a brush I already used multiple times and like traveled with, trying to keep the skin from going backwards, trying to go forward. I don't know if I like this brush or not, but I'm gonna use the NYX Professional Makeup Brush. I want to say this is a foundation brush, but let's just blend out this skin tint. So it doesn't have to necessarily like cover up all of my spots today. I kind of just want to do a little bit more of like a even-ish look. So I'm just gonna stop there, and I am going to, what am I gonna do next? Give me 1 second. So I have decided to not go in with like a cream contour today, because I feel like that kind of makes it a little bit more makeup-y than I wanted to. But I am gonna go in with my Destanenmoore blush in the Rose and Brunch shade. And so this is what that looks like. And I'm just gonna take my Morphe M204 cream and liquid blush brush to apply that. So I know that kind of looks like a lot, which I didn't intend for it to come out that much. I forgot how pigmented this blush is, but with the help of my concealer, it should kind of like fade it out just a little bit. And then when I go in with my powder blush, it kind of will bring it back just a little bit more. So next up, I'm going to go in with my concealer from Destanenco as well. I have the shades 11 and 13. I'm just going to go in and use both shades. So I'm going to let the concealer dry down a little bit, and I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Panorama Voluminous Mascara in the shade Black Brown. I don't want to do anything too dark because I just want to keep it looking as simple as possible. So before I blend that out, I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury spray and kind of just spray my face a little bit and then blend out the concealer. So I'm going to take my Morphe M449 brush to blend out the concealer. So I really love using my e.l.f. powder blush palette to use for my blush. I like to mix this shade and this shade, these two. It's kind of like they're kind of the same color, but one is a little bit lighter than the other one, but I just like mixing the two because it just gives me the perfect blush color. And I'm gonna take my Sephora blush brush to blend that out. I feel like I used the wrong brush just now. I think I was supposed to go in with my Luxie blush brush, but it's okay. So before I set the rest of my face, I'm gonna go in with my contour powder, which is the Makeup by Mario sculpting powder in the shade medium dark. And then now I'm just gonna take some more of my powder and kind of just set where I haven't set already. Then I'm gonna go in with more of a fluffier brush to kind of like really get in there. So I'm gonna do my lips and like spray and set my face, and then that will be the end of this video. So I'm gonna spray first with the Charlotte Tilbury again. And then I'm also going to go in with the L'Oreal Infallible 3-second setting mist. And this is a 36-hour Defy transferring spray. I actually have been really liking this spray a lot, so probably going to grab another one soon just to have for like a backup. So I just picked up a few of like my favorite little lip colors I like to gravitate towards. I'm gonna line my lip with the Fenty Beauty pencil in the shade I Wouldn't. And I genuinely like the Fenty Beauty pencils because they do not move. They do not move. They don't transfer. They stay in place. And I honestly don't really think I have to reapply the liner. Let me double back on that just in case, but I don't think I do with just using this. I don't. So I'm gonna go in with this, and I honestly feel like this is like the perfect brown for me. It's not super dark, but it's like not so light to where like you can't see it. I feel like it's just the perfect amount of brown. And then I'm gonna go in with Creme de Nude by MAC. And I know it looks kind of bright right now, but I'm gonna go on top of that with this NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Creme Brulee. And it's kind of like a pinky nude. And then I'm gonna go on top of that with this Sephora lipstick in the shade Outrageous. I'm gonna take a little bit of chestnut and kind of give it a little bit more color. Not too much, just a little bit. And so this is the completed makeup look. Very simple. I feel like I kind of executed what I wanted. It still looks slightly glam, just a little bit, but again, I don't have the skin for me to do the very bare minimal just yet. So this is what we have so far, and yeah, these are pretty much like my favorite products that I have been using recently. And I think I'm going to refer back to everything that I did, and I'm going to do another video showing you guys how to execute this within a 15-minute or less time frame. I'm going to work on that for myself first, just to like get the routine down pat, and then I'll share that with you guys. So you'll probably see the same look again. Hopefully you don't mind, but I do want to get that video together for you guys. So yeah, but I did want to like go ahead and finish my makeup before I kept like talking, just because I don't want to be late for my appointment. But I do have a good amount of time before it's time for me to head out. Yeah, so pretty much this video, I didn't really have any like plans. I just wanted to go with the flow. So whatever I talked about in this video, whether I had a full-on conversation about it or I kind of went into different topics. So yeah, like I kind of just wanted this video to just be natural and organic. So wherever this took us, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I just want to like work on myself, bettering myself, and pouring into my soul a lot more, because sometimes I feel like when you make that transition out of high school to adulthood, or from high school, because some people don't go to college, so some people literally do go from high school and then they just become a full-on adult. Some people transfer out of high school, they go to college, or they do something in between that gap year to figure out what they want to do with their life. And then you hit adulthood. I feel like some people like myself kind of just go through different stages in your life, and then next thing you know, you like, damn, I'm 30 years old now, and you just haven't taken the time to kind of like mentally process like everything that you have been going through in your life, which is okay. Like, you have to live life the way it's designed for you. But I just feel like somewhere along the line, I feel like I kind of like lost my way a little bit and kind of lacked taking care of myself. And that's just where I want to get back to. So it's nothing bad. It's nothing like, oh my God, like you going through some deep shit. No, it's not that. But I just kind of like want to be able to pour into myself a lot more, so that way that can show on the outside for, you know, everyone else to see that, oh, internally she good money. And that's how I want to be perceived when people see me. Like when you see me, I want my aura to give off positive energy and just very upbeat, uplifting energy. That's all I want to give to people. Not saying that I don't give that to people now, but I want to give more of that. I want to like just give off that fragrance, just give off that energy right off the bat. Like that's just what I see for myself. Hopefully that makes sense. But if you have made it this far in my video, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys subscribe, share, comment down below, and make sure you watch like my other videos, because I be putting in a lot of work for those other videos. I don't be half-assing when I am editing my videos and putting it out to you guys. Like I be putting my little heart, sweat, and tears, not tears literally, but I'll be putting my heart into my videos, and I hope you guys can see that. If you know, you watched them. If you didn't, make sure you go back and watch those videos. But I'm gonna stop yapping now, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.